Hi everyone, I hope all of you are fine. So today this is a review video. I was recently contacted by an online shop called Tmart.com and they sent me a couple of their products to review. Before I start, I just want to let you guys know that I'm not being paid for reviewing these products. All of the reviews that I'm going to give you are going to be honest reviews and they're not going to be biased at all. The online shop, it's called Tmart.com, and I'm going to list all the links to all the products plus the online shop in the description box below. Worldwide shipping is free and they ship almost everywhere. One more thing I've noticed about this shop is that it might be some of the items might be cheaper than eBay. They do ship worldwide, but some of the items are not shipped outside USA or Canada. So before paying, do check out your shopping cart, and if any of those items that you've selected are not shipped outside of the US or Canada, it will be written below the item. So do check that out, and if it's not, you have to change the product because there are a couple of products on the website which are not shipped outside the US or Canada. The items reached me in a perfect condition. They were wrapped very well and none of the items were damaged. Okay, to start off with the products, I was sent 3 products in total. First one was a blush palette, and this is the 10 blush palette. It looks like this. I saw on the website they have 2 different shades in blush palettes. I chose this one, which has kind of softer neutral shades, and the other blush palette has kind of brighter pinks and more brighter shades of blushes. So I really like this one because I did have a couple of palettes with me, like big blush palettes, but they had brighter blushes, and I love this one because it has softer neutral blushes which are really good for fair skin people, and I really wanted something like this in my kit because I didn't have it before. I do have these kind of light muted shades, really toned down blushes, but I have them in palettes of 4. And I really wanted something like this. You know, I can just chuck this into my kit and just be ready for any kind of look that I'm going to be doing. So I really like this blush palette. The best thing about this is that these blushes are really pigmented. I'm just going to swatch a couple of these for you. So you might not be able to see the exact color payoff because of the lighting, but these are really pigment. Blush shades are really light and muted, and they might not appear really dark on my skin, but these are really pigmented and really silky smooth and soft and really blendable. And the price of this palette was £6.46, which is, I think, a bargain for 10 beautiful blushes like this, and they're really good. I actually used this palette a couple of times before reviewing it. I used them on my model for a photo shoot, and they were great to work with. I used this shade right here. This is a beautiful kind of peachy pink, kind of a muted shade of pink, and I really loved the consistency, and it was really blendable. I really enjoyed working with it, and it looked really nice on my model skin. Another thing I noticed about these blushes is that they are quite similar to the Fashionista blushes. These are the Fashionista blushes, and each blush is £4 each, and then you have to get the palette for I think £4. So no, I think, and then you have to get the palette for £5. So this whole palette costs you a lot, and it only fits 4 blushes, whereas this palette has got 10 blushes and they're for £6.46. So I would definitely recommend that if you're starting out in makeup and you want loads of different colors, go for something like this, because this will help you to create any kind of look. And if you see that if you can see here, the size of the blushes is the same, and surprisingly the consistency, the formulation of the Fashionista blushes and these ones from China, they are like almost the same. The colors might vary. Some of the colors may be similar, some may be different, but overall the consistency, the way they blend, I find it very similar, and it is possible that the formulation might be quite similar because almost all the makeup is being made in China, so you never know, there might be the same exact product, just the packaging is different. So the next thing that I was sent was a 120 eyeshadow palette, and the palette looks like this, and it is I think it is the number 3, which has kind of neutrals in it, and this has kind of neutral shades in it, and it's double stacked. So on the lower stack it has more brighter colors like this. You can also find these on eBay, and there are a lot of different 120 eyeshadow palettes. Some are neutrals, you can find them in really bright colors as well, and but this one is number 3. I think this one is number 3, and it has some really nice neutral colors. So you see, got beautiful highlighting shades right here, and then some really kind of warm colors at the bottom, and on the second part of the palette it has softer shades of brighter colors, if you know what I mean. So when I ordered this one, I was expecting that this palette would have more matte colors, because I've been looking for some really good matte eyeshadows. But when I got this palette, I found out that all of these eyeshadows, most of them have satin finish, like they're really silky smooth, and they don't give any shimmer, but they have a really nice sheen when you apply it. A couple of them might have a slight shimmer, like the gold or a kind of a greyish silver. And this whole palette has only one matte shade, and that's this yellow shade right here. And this one has a true kind of matte consistency, but this is an absolutely gorgeous color. It has such a nice pigmentation. I don't know if you can see, but it has an amazing pigmentation. It's gorgeous. I really wish that my lighting was good enough to show you all the colors. Before I move forward, let me tell you the price. This 120 eyeshadow palette was around £13.43, but I think on eBay you will get this palette around £12–13. The consistency of this eyeshadows is brilliant, because I already have the 120 eyeshadow palette in number 1, which has more greens, blues, purples, pinks, and yellows and oranges, and I'll show you that one as well in a second. And I absolutely adore its pigmentation, because that palette has some of the most pigmented matte eyeshadows that I've ever seen. They are absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't say enough about those eyeshadows. So this eyeshadow palette is exactly the same. It has less matte eyeshadows, or just one matte eyeshadow, but it has beautiful satin finish eyeshadows, which is also really good, because you should have a really good collection of satin eyeshadows. I'm going to swatch this purple color right here, and the dark brown right here. Couple of bronze. So you see the pigmentation is very nice, and the color payoff of this eyeshadow is amazing. You just sweep your finger once and this much product comes off. This is gorgeous, and they're very silky smooth. They're very easily blendable, and but they have kind of satin finish, so they have a sheen, so that hampers in, you know, making these eyeshadows give a really dark color payoff. Look at the color payoff. This is amazing, brilliant, and the best part is that you get a ton of colors in such a reasonable price. Just for like £13, this is amazing. And especially this number 3 palette has such kind of colors that you can just chuck in your bag and go when you're traveling. My other palette looks the same. Comes like this, opens up like this, and it has double stacks as well. So this was the palette that I had before. I got this off eBay, so I just want to show you that both these palettes are exactly the same in shape and size. The lower palette looked like this. So it has orange, yellow, green and blues, and the top shelf look like this. This one had a few neutrals down here, then pinks and reds fading into purple and green, and then a little bit of greys and blacks. And this palette had 2 matte black eyeshadows which are missing from the number 3 palette. The same size, the same shape, the same formulation of eyeshadows. Excellent quality, brilliant to have a ton of colors in such an affordable price. Last but not the least, I was sent a pack of 10 eyelashes, and these eyelashes look like this. And I'm actually wearing a pair right now, if you can see. I actually used the blush palette and the eyelashes in this look. I'm going to put a link to this makeup tutorial in the description box, so go check that out as well. Okay, so I'm wearing these eyelashes right now. I have to say that they are not bad for the price. These eyelashes were, this whole box of 10 eyelashes was £1.12, which is nothing, because right now you can't find any pair of eyelashes in drugstores which is less than £5, and then, you know, not to mention the high-end eyelashes which are like outrageously expensive. So this, you get 10 eyelashes and 10 pairs of eyelashes for just £1.12, which is nothing. The spine of the lashes is a bit longer than usual, but that doesn't matter, because when you're putting on eyelashes you have to check the size of the lash according to your eye, according to the shape, according to the size of your eye, and then you have to trim them from the thickest corner. The spine of the eyelashes is like a tiny bit thicker than usual eyelashes, and they are slightly heavier than usual eyelashes, but then again they are a pair of heavy eyelashes, so that really doesn't matter. And considering the price, you can't really go wrong with these eyelashes. They're wonderful. I'm wearing them right now, and I use the duo eyelash glue, and they stick really well, not coming off from any corner, because sometimes when you buy cheap eyelashes, they do tend to kind of pop up from the inner corner or the outer corner. So these really don't pop up. The link of all these products will be in the description box below. Do check it out. Do go to Tmart.com and check them out. They have absolutely amazing products and ton of products, and they usually do have discounted prices on their products. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this review. Until my next video, you guys take care of yourself, and I will see you later.